Okay, this video I'm going to break down the way that I play the Rain song. People seem to play it with some unique things that they make their own and stay fairly close to the original, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to stay fairly close to the original with the tuning, but then there's some places where I'm going to definitely sort of do it in a unique way, which you may want to steal, or you may want to look at somebody else's and steal theirs. But hopefully you can put all those pieces together and make a version that you really like. That's what I've tried to do for myself. I am going to use the original tuning, which is dropping 4 strings down a whole step. E goes down to D, low E string, both E strings go down to Ds. The A string is going down a whole step to a G. The D is going down a whole step to a C. We're going to keep G string where it is, and we're going to raise the B string to a C. So from low to high, that gives me a D, a G, a C, a G, a C, and a D. So I'm going to break this down. Let's just start from the beginning. We'll work our way through it, and I'll show you kind of what I do. Let's look at that much. We're going to use this shape quite a bit. I'm on the 7th fret here of the D and the B string. And we're always going to be on the D and the B string when I'm in this shape. I use my middle finger to kind of arpeggiate that chord, because I feel like I can stop better on the low E string if I want to. Certainly do it with a pick. Then we're just going to move that grip down 1 fret to the 6th fret. Same technique. Hit the A string, 3rd fret of B, 4th fret of G, 5th fret of D, pinky on the 5th fret of B. Pull the pinky out, 2 strokes with an N, out, and then slide the 1st finger down to the 2nd fret of B. So we have that line. A string, think of this as an A chord moved up a fret on the 3rd fret of G, D, and B, and that's sort of the way I position my fingers. 1st finger on G, 2nd finger on D, ring finger on B, open E string. Okay, then I'm going to hit the A string twice. I'm going to bar across the 2nd fret, D through the high E string, just playing through the B string, not the high E string, and adding my ring finger on the 4th fret of the G string. So that whole phrase, 7th fret, D and B, 6th fret, just strumming all strings with the low E string, A string, A twice. Okay, now we're going to use this movable shape in a lot of places, starting on 11th to 9th, 12th to 9th, 4 to 9, 11, 9, 12, 9, 4 to 9. That's that whole section. Again, playing 5 strings, and I just don't go after the low E string at all on that. 10th fret B, 11th fret G, 12th fret D, and slide it down a fret to 9 B, 10 G, 11 D. Again, getting these 5 strings, everything but the low E string. To this shape, which is really identical to an A minor shape, 9th fret B, 10th fret D and G. my pinky on the 5th fret of the E string, and we're going to move from 5 to 4 to open on the D string. I'm strumming across really mainly the top 4 strings and getting the A string too. So we're going to do this twice, and I strum twice, then again, and back up. So that last time is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all that together. Real slow here. And again. 1, 2, 3. Strum, strum. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just as a player's note, the first 2 times that it moves into that series of chord shapes, that part of the song, it does that 3 times. The last 2 times that it goes there, it does it 4 times. So that's just maybe a mental note as a player, that the first time you come to this, you're going to play it 3 times. By 3 times I mean, you're going to play all this. That was 1. You're going to do it 3 times. The first 2 times that you come to it in the song, and then the second 2 times that you come to it in the song, or the 3rd and 4th time that you come to it in the song, you're going to do that 4 times. On the last one of these, I play it like this. I walk up from open, 4, 5 to 7 on the D string. My pinky off the high E string. Makes it easier to do that. So that whole phrase for me would be, this is the last time through, every time, whether it's 3 or 4 times. Let's move it to the next section. The things that are going on in this next section, which is probably my favorite part of the whole song, let me just kind of break them down individually and then we'll put them all together. This phrase is mainly on the G string and then on the D string. You're kind of starting to a lower note and coming back up, if that's one way that helps you remember it. 2 to 4 on G, open to 2 on G, 4 on D, to open G, landing on 2 on D. So that's going on. Then what we have is we have this phrase on every chord, and we have this walking bass line, which is really what's so cool, that we're going to put into our chord grips. I'm going to bar across D through E on the 2nd fret to play these chord grips. I'm never going to play the high E string. So 1, 2, 3, lick. I'm going to raise this note, sing lick, raise it again. This never changes. Lick, and finally my pinky on the 5th fret of D, my ring finger on the 4th fret of G. Really cool phrase. So on that last one, I hit the A string and then arpeggiate down E to D. So that's that whole phrase of the song. Then we move into some chord grips. I'm going to get the 5th fret of A. I'm going to bar D through E on the 4th fret with my first finger and drop my ring finger on the E string on the 5th fret. And a lot of times I'm going to pull this off and maybe get, so for instance I might just pick down through that 4th fret B and G. Sometimes I may just keep it like this. Sometimes I might just kind of an option that I hear on the original, and I think adds a lot to that chord grip. This chord grip into this grip, barring the 2nd fret of D through E. I'm using my ring finger on the 4th fret of the A string. Pinky's getting the 4th fret of the high E string. And we always kind of do this move. Just take the pinky out. Then to 2nd fret of A string, and really sort of a slow strum, breaking up that chord. 2nd fret, hammer on pull off, 2nd fret. Open B, open G, open D the first time. So the first time, 2nd time, I just go to the G string. B, G, and that sort of finishes one whole cycle of that. Back on through. Movable shapes. And back to this. And play through all that again. So we're going to go through everything we've just played another full time. And with nothing too new until we come back around to these grips again. The second time we come to these, I'm going to use my pull-off probably. We're going to go back to this chord. I'm going to use the same grip that we used here, but the 5th fret D through E, 7th fret A, 7th fret E. Pull that pinky back out again, then work our way back down. Okay, so let me play that kind of extended version here. The song's going to go back and go through all that again. The only difference being when we come to this part, we're going to do it 4 times. 4 of those phrases like I mentioned before. Again, the last one on the 4th one. now here's the big song, part of the song where the electric guitar comes in with distortion, and what I'm doing here is totally not the electric guitar part. This is a complete steal from Treble Clef on YouTube, who plays the most amazing version of this that I've seen. So he deserves all the credit for this. I just basically swiped it from him. Because when I play this song, I'm going to be playing it on acoustic guitar, and the electric guitar part just doesn't work for me on the acoustic guitar. It's not big enough for what I'm after. And his part was just perfect. So let me show you what he's doing, and if you like it, you can use it, of course, and if you don't, you can you know, do whatever you think fits the way you want this to sound for you. I'm barring the 2nd fret again, D through E, throwing my ring finger on the G string 4th fret, pinky's coming all the way up to the high E string, 5th fret. I can really strum all 6 strings if I want to, which I like, because I can get a really big sound out of the acoustic, sort of mirroring the big sound on the original track. And I'm walking this down. So I'm just going to take my ring finger. Then I'm going to move to this grip. So 2nd fret, A string with my 2nd finger, 3rd fret, high E string with my pinky, and then we use my thumb to walk up to the 2nd fret with the low E, and then my ring finger to grab the 3rd fret of the low E. So get that bass line. So those two together slow. First fret high E, open B, 5th fret G string, strumming the A string through the high E, then 4th fret A, getting all those 5 strings, and then 2nd fret E, or A string rather, just getting the inside 4, and then back to kind of a traditional A7 grip, 2nd D, open G, 2nd B. So let me put all that together slow. I like to hammer this. You can, if you want to make that a little more subtle, you can strum that big strum, high E string over the 4th fret of the A string, B string over the 2nd fret of the A string. Just gives it a little bit different flavor than the last time. So all that up to tempo. Then you're back to those phrases that we've already covered. Again, playing that through 4 times. Coming out of that, we're going to hit the last of the song. So I've seen this played various ways. Some people like to grab the bass notes in the bottom of these chords, which sounds really nice. I just, as an ending to the song, and want it to be voiced a little differently, just for my taste, I'm going to play everything on the top 4 frets. I think it gives it kind of a unique sound towards the ending of the song as it's winding down. So I'm going to bar D through E on the 7th fret, pinky on the 9th fret of E. I'm going to strum it 3 times. Then I'm going to take my pinky out and just pick the B and E string. Then I'm going to move down to the same grip I just had, strum it once with the pinky in, and take it out. I'm on the 5th fret here, Pinky is on the 7th fret. I'm going to lay my ring finger back into the 7th fret, just on the G, B, and E string, leaving that note ringing under it if I can. Sorry. One more time on that. Sorry. Moving to this. And again, this is a bar on the 4th fret, D through E. 5th fret, E. Maybe pulling that out like the lick we did before. Then down to a bar on the 2nd fret, D through E. Pinky or ring finger on the 4th fret of the high E string. The whole progression. This is the rhythm I'll play. Back to this grip on 4th fret, 5th fret E. Back to this grip on 5 and 7. Here I'm getting 7th fret, D through E, 8th fret, high E. And the last grip is up here on the 8th fret, D through E, 10th fret, high E. Excuse me, 10th fret, high E. And then finishing up on the 12th fret of the high E string. All that together slowly. I'm going to go to the 5th fret, B, 6th fret, G, 7th fret, D. I'm going to hit the A string. I'll play right down through the chord, arpeggiating it. A, D string, G string, B, E, B, G, and then back to B. So you should have 8 strokes, and you're going to do that twice. I'm going to hit the D string and the 7th fret of the E string together and pull off. 6th fret B, 7th fret G, back to 5th fret high E. The same picking sequence here. I'm going to put my finger on the 2nd fret of the high E string. Pull off while I'm hitting the D string, B string, G string, high E string. The last one is very similar. I'm going to hit the D string, pull off from 5 to 3 on the E string, 4th string B, or 4th fret B, 5th fret G. So I'm going to play all the way down and back through that. B, G, B, E, B, G. Again, 8 strokes. Sorry. Maybe that's just 7 there. So those 3 together. I'm going to hit the D string, 5th fret of the B string, pick 1, 2, 3, 4, D, G, B, E. Then I'm going to grab a grip that looks like this, 4th fret A and 4th fret B. I'm going to skip over the D string, A string, G, B, E. Same idea on the 2nd fret. I'm going to add a few strokes to that. 1, G, 2, 3 on B, 4 on high E, 5 on B again, 6 on G, 7 on B again, and 8 on high E. That's just sort of how I pick it. So and then again this kind of an A grip, second fret of G, D, and B, strumming all 6 strings. So that last little sequence